invite Mr. P.M. Thomas, the acting ambassador of India.
Senior officers of UTI International, Dr. Shamali and his colleagues, my colleagues in the diplomatic corps, Mr. Marcos Williams, distinguished guests, friends. I feel greatly honored to have got this opportunity to join all of you in this August gathering this evening. For me, this is a very special occasion, particularly because an India-specific fund has been launched today by the Al Madina for Finance and Investment, targeting inflow of investment specifically to India. The fund, as you know, would be a Sharia compliant one, and Al Madina has a tie-up with UTI International, which is the global arm of India's largest mutual fund organization and fund managers, Unit Trust of India, which is in fact a household name in India. To my mind, in addition to strong economic parameters such as comfortable foreign exchange reserves, low rate of inflation, and average annual GDP growth of 7% and above during the last 3 or 4 years, India is being noticed by investors the world around as an attractive investment destination, mainly because of the following reasons. One, it's very vibrant democracy. Governments formed by different political parties come and go, but there is political stability and continuity in policies, especially with regard to economic matters. Number two, a fully independent judiciary and a free media. Number three, well-developed banking structure and very customer-friendly banking practices and procedures with cutting-edge information technology backup. Four, a growing market with a fast-growing middle class with ever-increasing purchasing power. Number five, more and more avenues for investment due to the government's stress on improvement of infrastructure like power, roads, ports, airports, communications, to mention a few. Number six, a booming stock market with steady inflow of foreign investment, both direct and institutional. And lastly, a strong economy supported by vast agricultural and manufacturing base, supplemented by the service industry. The launching of the India Fund is another example of India-Kuwait partnership in the economic development of both the countries. I am confident that the India Fund will lead to more and more investment in India from Kuwait as well as other GCC countries, which have got surplus investable funds in abundance. I take this opportunity to commend the efforts of Dr. Shamali and his colleagues, and also Mr. Marcos Williams, Secretary General of Kuwait India Business Council, for taking the initiative in launching this fund. A special word of praise for the organizational skills of Mr. Marcos Williams in getting the entire scheme through very fast in the quickest possible manner. I thank the organizers for inviting me to this beautiful evening. I also wish all our distinguished guests a very enjoyable evening. Thank you. Jai Hind.
UTI International to introduce UTI.
Dr. Ali, other senior members of the diplomatic missions in Kuwait, my friends from UTI, and distinguished guests. We at UTI Group as a whole are very excited and we are very happy that the first India dedicated Sharia compliant fund will be launched, and UTI Group is proud to be associated with this fund. This fund, as Mr. Marcos and Dr. Ali also explained, we started some time back working on this fund, and the progress on this fund has been really fast. I think that also shows the kind of clarity that the regulator has in terms of creating a structure, getting it through the regulations, and making it available to investors. Because there are two things that are very important when you make an investment. The first thing is the investment itself should be very good. It should meet your investment objectives. But the second and equally important thing is also that it should be well regulated, well defined, and well policed investment. Otherwise, regulated by a Kuwaiti company, it's going to be marketed by a Kuwaiti company, managed by a Kuwaiti company, and will be regulated by a Kuwaiti regulator. So that's going to be a great amount of comfort for investors like yourself. UTI Group as a whole is associated with this fund in terms of as a chief advisor. We have been working with Dr. Ali and his team in terms of structuring the fund. We will be associated to give them advice in terms of managing the fund on an ongoing basis. I just introduced UTI to the gathering over here. First of all, I talk about UTI Mutual Fund in India. UTI Asset Management Company Limited, which you can see on the screen right now, is basically the largest asset management company in India. We are currently managing more than $5.75 billion US dollars. Currently, we have a market share of around 14% in terms of number of assets, but in terms of number of investor accounts, we have almost 65% market share. And that is the part of the reason is in the point number 3 there, which says we are the largest distribution network in India. We are, I think as His Excellency already said, UTI is a household name in India. We have been there from 1964. Today we have more than 66 branches in India, which we plan to take it around 110 for a period of time. This company has evolved over the last 8 to 10 years in terms of its fund management practices, bringing the best international practices into the country. We are the only mutual fund which has a full-fledged in-house research department. There are more than 13 analysts and give advice to the fund manager, which is an in-house advice, so it's unbiased advice as against the advice that you will get from the market, which could be biased advice. We have put in place very sound investment processes and practices. All our decision making is today computerized. There are, when we are going to set up a Sharia compliant fund, all the investment restrictions that are applicable in a Sharia compliant fund will be put into the system. So we will not be making anything which is non-Sharia compliant investment into this fund. So that is there across every single fund that we have. The fund management practices are robust. There is a full-fledged risk management department, which is again a separate wing. It's all covered in the rest of the slides, which Ali will basically take you through. But the point that I'm trying to make here is whatever international best practices that you'll see, you'll find the same thing in India, in an Indian company, that is UTI. To give a brief introduction to the company, that we have diversified very strongly in the last 2 years. We have launched 3 capital guarantee notes in the last 2 years. We have raised almost 35 million of 25 to 40 million dollars in these 3 capital guarantee notes. In the current year, we also launched an India Pharma Fund in the month of March. We are registered as a foreign institutional investor in India, so that's where the Indian regulator comes into picture. We basically want to position ourselves as the most preferred vehicle for overseas investors to invest into India, because we believe that given the fund management skills of UTI today in India, with the largest pool of fund managers, almost 60 people are working in investment management department in UTI today. We believe that we can give advice, we can manage mandates from various investors, whether they are in the Middle East or UK or Europe. With this, I will request Ajay to basically take you through the India story. There is initial thing he will speak about is the fund management process that we adopt in UTI, and the second part will be basically the India story itself.
Marcos Williams, other diplomats and distinguished guests, I once again thank all of you to give us this opportunity for making a presentation on the India Fund, the concept itself. As has been mentioned, this fund would be a Sharia compliant fund. It would focus on growth sectors, basically sectors which are growing, and the advantage would be it would be a diversified portfolio, which means that there would be a number of sectors so that the risk for the investors are reduced. It would have a predominantly large cap orientation, which means that it will have as a large part of the portfolio the bigger companies. Also, there will be some smaller companies, or what is called the mid-cap companies, which normally give higher returns but have higher risks associated. So it will be a delicate balance of the two kind of capitalizations. We have very strong internal risk management systems to control sectoral and the company exposures. We do the fund performance reporting on a regular basis, and the transparency in operations would be there. The investment strategy for this fund would be reflecting our outlook on the market, sector and company. The market outlook, the factors which we would look for determining would be what is the state of the Indian economy, the market dynamics, and what would be the impact from the other international markets. In terms of the sector outlook, it would be influenced by the demand supply, the global trends, the prices, and what are the duty structures within India. And when we get down to the company level, we get into the details of management, what is its competitive position, what is its strategy, what are the growth prospects and whether they are sustainable or not, what are the growth plans in terms of what are the capex requirements, and what are the execution capabilities which they have demonstrated over the last few years. Our research methodology emphasizes on the periodic meetings with the company managements. We have regular analysis meets and conference calls with all the companies where we would advise the fund to invest in. We would have regular inputs from industry seminars. We would have continuous interaction with the market participants, because it is also good to know what people in the market think about it. We would have a detailed risk analysis on an ongoing basis, and also we will have data mining through efficient use of databases. A lot of secondary databases are available in the country. So all these factors will be taken into consideration before making an advice. Our philosophy in terms of how do we manage the funds, which we do in India, we have a long-term growth orientation. That is, we look typically at 1.5 to 3 years kind of time frame while making an investment. we are typically biased towards growth